Hey guys, I just wanted to share something with you. After I got off the interview with Angel the other day, I realized there was an important part um, of what I had been doing that was working that I forgot to share. And I just had this feeling like I wanted to come on and leave another video, and I just didn't do it. It's been a few days and it's still there. But just what a testament to Angel, because I just feel like I know a few months ago I took her that intuitive class that we all took, and what a difference that has also made. This is a totally different side note, but it just, when I took that course, I was really struggling with how to trust your instinct, or how to know, they say trust your gut feeling, or you will be, if you're guided to do something. And I just always felt like I didn't know what voice that was. When you have a question or you're going through different things, you hear lots of voices in your head. Some are like, do this, don't do that, this could happen, that could happen, and I'm like, which one is the one I'm supposed to be following? And it actually comes with practice, because once you start identifying that and trusting it and it works out, you realize, and it just feels right. You realize, okay, that was my intuition. That was that gut feeling that they're talking about. So, anyway, I've had the feeling to do this. I wanted to share, but I didn't do it for whatever reasons, probably because I don't like, Angel knows of my phobia of of doing videos and not wanting to come on and be seen, I guess. So I didn't do it. But then yesterday, Angel had that session, or that impromptu video that she did, and she said, "How quickly do you take action when you are inspired or guided to do something?" And I was like, "Oh gosh," because here it is. I've been feeling like I'm supposed to be sharing this, and I didn't do it. So I was like, you know what? That's it. I feel the need to share this information, whether, I don't know why, if it's going to benefit someone else in the group, or if it's for my own benefit. I don't know, but I'm being guided to share, so I'm going to share. So anyway, back to what I was talking about, which was, the 30 days of abundance exercises we've been doing, and we've been all trying to manifest different things in our life. And I've had some success with it. And I forgot to mention how I was able to. I did a little bit, but I wanted to just explain a little bit more of tapping into different feelings or energies. And I know when I first started, a problem that I had, it's hard to hold on to a feeling of wealth when in reality your bank account's in the negative, you owe money, you're feeling burdened, and it's like, how am I supposed to feel wealthy? No, it's not working. Or I mean, it could apply to anything. How are you supposed to feel, the feelings of a loving relationship when you are just, you're dating and having difficulty, or you're fighting with your spouse? It's like, how do you capture that? So I know we are all of a similar mind, and we all know that, when you want something, we're told that it's not really the thing that you want. And I'll use money for example. It's not really the actual money that we want, it's the feeling that the money brings to us. And years ago, when I heard that, I was like, no, right? Because no, I want the money, because I don't want a feeling of it. I want the actual tangible money, so I can go out and pay my bills and buy the things I want and go where I want to go. Um, but it's amazing how, as you just get deeper into understanding yourself, and just exploring things, how just things you've heard over and over again begin to make sense to you, or you understand it in a way that you didn't before. So I totally understand now that money, when we want money, it's not just the money. I actually believe it now, because even if it is paying a bill, it's a feeling that paying that bill gives you. It's like, it's relief, it's satisfaction, it's security. These are all emotions that we have. If you think about a person, a drug addict, a person who has to take this pill, right? They need this pill, they need this pill. Why are they taking the pill? Is it just for the pill? Or is it, once they take that pill, it's a feeling that they have? That's what they're chasing. And as soon as that feeling is gone, they're looking for another pill for the feeling. And so the thing is, the trick is, what if we could capture that feeling without having the actual thing, right? And that's what getting into the energy is. It's like, I'm able to capture, what if you could get that high without the pill? What if you could feel wealthy without the money? And you can. you know, and I'm learning more and more. It's all within us. The happiness, the joy, the the abundance, the money, all of that we have the ability to have it now because it's within us. And so when you break down exactly what it is you're looking for, whether it's love, money, whatever, when you break down that feeling that you're trying to hold on to, when you're trying to get into your life, okay? So again, I'm using money. So I say I want, I want to see millions in my bank account, right? What, right? And the reason I say that is because for me, I mean, the feelings I get when I break down what money means to me is security, it's freedom, it's love, it's safety, it's feeling powerful and massive, right? So I have all these feelings that money brings, makes me feel. So what I do is I try to find things in my life, right, that made me feel that way. Forget the money now. Now I know the feeling I want. So I went looking for things to help me get there. And I would find it in random things. Like, for example, I would look at the sky, especially like a sunset or a sunrise. And I don't, it's different for everybody, but for me, I'm taken by that. When I see that, to me, that feels like all the things we just talked about. It feels massive. It feels abundant when I'm looking at that sky. I feel taken care of. I feel like Source is looking and providing for me. I feel all these emotions that it's in that moment. I feel wealthy. If I could hold on to that feeling, that's everything, right? And then, but I find it in other things also. I find it in my kids sometimes, because sometimes they drive me crazy. But there's times, like maybe when they're sleeping, and I'm just like looking at them, and they're beautiful and peaceful, and my heart like swells, and I feel the love. I feel, all those feelings that I want. Sometimes it's taking a shower. I do this actually a lot in the shower because I can close my eyes and I feel, I take things, I have smells in my bathroom like fragrances, and I use body washes that smell really good and feel good, and it feels luxury, and it feels the warmth of the water. I feel just, I feel those feelings. And in my bathroom, I can feel like through my curtain, like the sun beats in. And so when I'm in the shower, I can, even with my eyes closed, I can just like feel the sun on me. And I'm able to get into those emotions. And I'm telling you, that's why I said I feel wealth, because in those moments when I'm feeling that way, I feel everything I ever wanted. It feels like I have it. That's it. This is the feeling I'm chasing. I want it. And here it is. And so then I just take, and I also get that feeling during meditation. Not always, but lots of times I'll take meditation or I'll go into meditation and I get to that high vibe place. And it feels amazing. So what I do is I take that feeling and then I try to go back into my world and hold on to that feeling. And sometimes it's short lived. Sometimes I'll feel that way. I'll look at the sky, I'll look at my kids, I'll take that shower, and then I'll come out into my world and things will happen and it will throw me off course, right? But then I quickly, it's okay to get thrown off, but then I quickly go back to that feeling. Or I'll get back into that feeling again, and then I'll come back and try to stay even longer in that feeling. And the thing is, when I'm in that feeling, I'm giving the best of myself to everything that I do. So when I come out into the world and into my family and into my kids with that feeling, I'm so loving, I'm understanding, I'm compassionate, I'm happy, I'm joyous, I'm fun. I'm giving my kids the best of me. So, and it's not to say, believe me, I go, I'm like up and down. I remember at one time I told my mom, I was like, Mom, maybe I'm bipolar because I have like these highs and lows. But that was before I realized that I was taking, like taking on these energies. And now that I know it, I can use it to my advantage. I used to think I was silly. I would watch commercials, and for a split second, I could be like so sad or happy or whatever. I could just get into the emotion of that commercial, right? And I thought I was silly because it's a 2-second commercial, and I'm like the only one sitting there crying. But I realize now that's to my benefit, and it's because I'm able to tap into that energy, even if it's for a moment. I'm able to tap into that feeling. And being able to do that is what can transform your life. I'm getting it now. And I'm able to So, and that's where the highs and lows come from, because before I didn't realize what was affecting me. And now that I know that I'm affected by energies and I can feel this amazing high, but if I allow negative things to come into my space, I can feel this low. And so I just really have been working on keeping my area as clear as possible. Like I try not to allow that negativity to come into my life. My news feeds on, like Facebook, like I'm not looking at stuff that's going to put me in a down place. I try to keep everything as positive as I can be. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just wanted to share that. And let me just see if there was anything else I wanted to share. Yeah, and I'm just understanding more and more. It's just all making more sense to me. And a couple of things I wrote down was that I remember I used to, I'm really using my feelings more as a marker to where I'm going. If I feel this joy, if I feel this happiness, this abundance, I know things are working out. Everything occurs inside, right, before it happens on the outside. If you're sick, long before you started to cough or before, it showed up physically, it was taking place inside. The internal was happening. So what I've been seeing is that I'm holding these high emotions inside, right? And then shortly after, I'm seeing the physical manifestations of that. Like I feel this extreme joy, right? For no reason other than like no physical reason, but an internal reason. And then I'm finding things in my life that are just bringing me so much joy. But it happened first by having the feeling, and it's showing up over and over again. It's amazing. And it's happening in so many ways, just, feeling of abundance. And I felt it. And then I wake up and my kids are giving me so much love. And I wake up and my husband brought me coffee and my kids did this. It's just like an abundance of all these good things keep happening once I'm holding that feeling. And I'm beginning to trust that more. Like I used to look at like my bank account every morning. I would wake up and that would dictate how I was feeling or the direction that I was going in, right? Like, okay, I had sales, so it's good, right? But I don't look for that anymore. Now, even if I look and I don't see sales, I'm not affected by that. What matters is how I'm feeling. Like if I'm feeling good, if I'm feeling all those feelings that I need and that I want, I know it's good. I know the sales are going to come, or I know the things are going to work out. I know I'm going to manifest good things because I feel it. I remember, I remember hearing Wayne Dyer. I didn't understand it then. This was like 3 years ago, and he said it was a audio I was listening to, and he said, he was at his hometown and it's beautiful, and he was walking around, and a woman came up to him. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm such a fan. I can't believe I ran into you." And she says, "My family were visiting here because we're thinking about moving." And she was like, "Tell me, what's it like here?" And he said, "Well, what's it like in your town?" And she went on to say, "Oh, it's just terrible. The people are terrible. This is that, all these negative things." And he says, "Well, you'll find pretty much the same here." And when I heard that, at that point, I didn't totally click with that, because I said, no, it's possible to have an environment that's beautiful and then to move to another place that's not as nice, or vice versa. It's possible to live in a place that's not nice and then move to another place. But I understand now because it's about inside. If you're a person who is happy and can find the beauty, anywhere, you'll find it anywhere. And if you're a negative person, or you always feel doubt and you always see the worst, you're going to see it anywhere. You can live in Hawaii and you're going to complain that it's just too expensive, it's too hot, there's too much traffic. It's always going to be that way, and that's the same thing. I've been thinking more and more about it. It's like, if you can't be happy and you can't, how do I put it? Let me see. If you can't be happy, okay, if you can't find happiness and abundance in your current situation, then you're not going to find those things when you have more money, right? And you got to think about it, but it makes sense, because even if you have more money, yes, it's like that pill. Maybe you can to buy something. So for a second, you'll have that moment of, yes, I just bought this. But ultimately, you're going to complain about the traffic, complain about, now you have new kind of bills that you can complain about, complain about your spouse, you're still going to have that same inside. So anyway, I think that was it. I just wanted to share that part. I don't know if it helps anyone, but like I said, I just felt it's been on me for the past few days, and I just put it to the side, like, no, I don't have to share that. So I don't know if that's helpful, but again, just it happens on the inside first, and we can find our abundance right now. We can have our wealth, our prosperity, our love, all the things that we say we want. It happens inside. It takes place inside, and you can find it, because I'm telling you, I'm finding such extreme and immense joy in my life. And you would think that I must be rich, I must have everything I want, I must, because of the happiness that I feel. It's not, it has nothing to do with all this outside stuff. It's all internal. And I know why Angel does this, because she's had success, and once you have that feeling, you want to share it with your mom and your sister and your best friends and your friends. You want other people to have that kind of joy. And so, Angel, I thank you. And I'm learning, and I'm baby stepping through it, but it's just making more and more sense. And I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the group. Thanks.